this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. He was brought down there by Will Parks. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Looking to throw. Bowman. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Kill.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Baby, boom.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Army. Ready.
On 2nd and 9. Lock. Open man. That's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
And the Broncos 1st down.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Check. Watch 54. I don't even know why this team showed up. Show it.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay.
Check guy.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the Raiders' 41-yard line.
Set. 10 Tucson.
54 Mike.
Push him back. Hey, zoom.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. And open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in second.
Tighten
They'll
up.
try to run for it with Lindsay.
Kill.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. 15 line. Check. Watch 54. Watch the run.
Get it.
Lock now on 1st down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Check now.
Topper, fight.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. Now Lindsay lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people on base in scoring position.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
To throw from his end zone, Bowman. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's only able to get it up to about the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
This is more where I came from.
They only got a yard out of that last completion.
Number 53.
And that makes this 2nd and 9.
Watch the out. Pick the edge. Pick the edge.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready, set, you're out.
Drop deep, drop deep. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Hit it.
Creeping.
To throw from his end zone, Bowman. And he'll find Hall. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it
Quit
happen.
talking about it and bring it.
Lightning.
Check 45.
Deep river.
And to give this time to the tailback.
Watch the
He's
slant.
not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
work. It's
A loss
easy
of
work.
a
It's
yard,
coming
and it
again.
brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Let's go.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Set, 70, Indy.
Mike, you're trash. You're trash.
Check it, ready.
Lucky.
Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
A
That's the
big
touchdown.
play
That's it.
there.
There you go.
His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. Bowman. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
You got him.
2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
60 outlaw.
Target.
Golf.
Hey, check Mike. Check Mike.
From the gun.
Oh, here we go.
Bowman.
Oh.
And it's caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have
Let's
the
go,
first
baby.
down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Come on, boy. Go.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Get it.
They'll try and run for it on
Set the
1st
tone,
and
defense.
goal.
Set the
And
tone,
that'll
defense.
hurt
Let's
the
go.
average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. From back at the 4,
Hey,
here's
we got
2nd and
Mike,
goal.
number 53. Mike, 53.
I smell fear.
This is Grant.
Fear in that
And he is
offense.
met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Coming. I'm coming. Check.
Operating from the gun. Bowman
Tighten up.
to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, How about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready up.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
I got you, punk. Tight as Ringo. Tight as on the Ringo. Tight as on the Ringo.
Now Locke throwing on second
Check,
down.
check.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and that'll make it third down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. On first down, Locke. Open man is Winfrey. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Watch the run.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Here on first down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
We got this.
25 yards that time.
First and goal.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Let's go, touchdowns, baby.
Tyler
Let's go.
Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard
Come on
line.
now, let's go.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
That means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Here we go.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bowman. Now they go screen. It's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Look at me. Zipper.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
From the gun, Bowman. And this is going to be intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And some room to roam now. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Locke. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Here we go. 90 Wolf.
All day, dog.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the backer. Watch the backer.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Run it.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
All day,
So we have
baby.
reached
Let's
halftime
go.
here in an
Let's
11-point contest. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
We're going to work.
At their own 26-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff Spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Clock will try again on second down. This is the tight end Fant. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
I was not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. On third down, here's Lindsey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Hey, Delta. 5.
Lock now on first down. This complete to Lockett. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Run!
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
They don't want it,
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's
go. Set. 18 Gator.
5-4. Mike's 5.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Right up.
Coming.
Another run by Lindsey. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Check flight 54.
From midfield, here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You better be
They
ready.
need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Watch 54.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They look to throw. It's Locke. It's caught. Smith. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down.
I'm here all day.
Bravo. Ready.
Right there.
Off a
54
play
Mike.
action.
And I got you.
He's got his tight end Fant. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33.
Go!
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
It's caught. Lockett. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing now is Locke. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. They'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
45,
We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So that'll back him up 5.
Ah, that's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
Check. 45's the mic.
Greystone travel.
Defense. Let's go, defense. Hey, who we got? Out.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Run.
That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the gun on 3rd down. Bowman. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in the East Bay. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th.
Hey, man.
On 4th down, Bowman throws right side, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice
these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Bowman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here.
Single,
on second and 14. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's go. Charge. Hard. Fresno. Get it.
On third and long, it's Locke. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Bring it up. Ready.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try.
That's it,
but they
baby.
had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 41 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Is here, baby.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown from 19 yards away. And the Raiders get a score closer. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. On first down, right back to Lindsey. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsey, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
This is fielded at the goal line. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. Just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put the... And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now a desperation throw deep, and that's caught inside the 30. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So now the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2.
Here we go. 80 weapon.
Watch twist. Watch it.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one.
Baby.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
8, read. You must be dreaming. Hit it.
Lock, he's set to take a knee, and that should do it for this ball game.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Raiders' 45-yard line.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Broncos, Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
No. Green 18.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Watch the ship.
Inside.
Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Green 19.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Mike 54. Let him know. Let him know.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing in too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
Let's get off the field.
Throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers.
You ain't got the key to this one. Here we go.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Switch up.
And that pass is going to be intercepted by the All-Pro DB Desmond King. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
I'm coming after you.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
We got this.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a pickup of 16 there that'll lead to a new set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. A gain of 6 there on first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their efficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Back to the ground, this time Lynch. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, that's big time.
A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now. And Forbath will put this one through, and the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Come on now, let's go.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Throwing is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
That's what I'm talking about.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Flush to his right. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Kill. 47, 26.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Yes, sir.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time, we do indeed a big hit for a loss. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here we go, 47. 58, boys, 58. 58, it's Mike.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
3rd and long for
They're not ready for
Prescott.
this. They still playing soccer.
And able to
Y'all
catch
playing
it on
the
the
wrong
left
football.
sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Forbath will put this one through, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first two possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board.
Boys, let's go.
It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Give me that ball, defense.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taking it about the 16. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Elliott going to bite off about 7 on that one. A good run on 1st down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. At the
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Watch tight end. Tight right. You got 3 down.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
All right, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
No gain. No gain.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Delaney Walker, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Rodgers now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers looking deep for Adams. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
That's trash.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Touchdown, Packers. James O'Shaughnessy, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. And he will go down, a Cowboys sack. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
The Cowboys all day at their own 24-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Single.
Check four.
Hey, 47. Strong right. 26.
Mike 42.
Looking to throw. Prescott looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it's third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Prescott to throw it.
Let's go, D.
And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Intended for Amari Cooper. Incomplete. Kevin King there defensively.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 31. Check. Nickel.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
88. Pilot, 64. Weak. Line left.
Shift. Slam. Watch twist.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And they work this out past the 25.
Let's go, boys.
So
Bring
we
it up.
reach halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Boys. Bring it up.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Kill.
Now Prescott. And Walker has it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
I'm coming. Check three.
Again, it's Elliott.
Run.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Let's go, baby. Let's
14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 1st down, the run with Lynch. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it, baby.
These Cowboys looking good here at AT&T Stadium. Of course, they were really good in this building last year. 7-1 in their 8 games played at home. The only loss was on a Monday night to Tennessee. On 2nd and very short, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
That's it, baby.
Delaney Walker. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the
here.
Cowboys, they push out in front further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. but I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. The second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. One play has them to the 37 here for first and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line.
First down, Packers.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On play action, now Rodgers. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Rodgers now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a first and 10. A pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas.
At the Cowboys' 28-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch 54. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
Don't let him breathe, defense.
And his throw is incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play, because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays. plays and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they're looking to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
A 7-yard pickup.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Prescott now, letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, I'm coming. Check safety.
We're going to 53. 26.
They keep on the ground with Elliott.
Fly to the ball.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
Here we go.
Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Pass on target. Prescott to Cooper. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
We're going to 54. 26.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott.
Run.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
We got this.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Let's go.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Kill.
Run.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
That's it, baby. We got 6 all
Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, the way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now.
Come on,
go
now.
and get
Let's
6
go.
and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
Lane to 26.
Hold this. Chef.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
54's
So
Mike.
after the
54's Mike.
incompletion
Check,
on
check. Watch
first,
the
now
50.
second and 10.
Defense wins
Now it's
championships, baby.
Rodgers. He's got it. That's St. Brown. Touchdown, Packers. Equanimous St. Brown. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Watch the screen. Check.
We're going to 54. Wide in. Here we go. 46. 46.
Watch QB draw. Watch QB draw. Hey, watch the edge. Watch.
26.
First down, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Well, using Zeke Elliott in the passing game, that's something Cowboy fans are getting used to. Last year, 77 receptions, and you think back to his rookie season, he had 32 and then 26 his second year, but he's really on the uptick. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Elliott running right. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
Let's go, D.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there, Rodgers to Adams, and even 60 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Silver.
And it'll be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner, and just think about how good that feels because Every team has a goal when they start the
Yeah,
year
baby.
to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard.
Watch the pass.
Again, they'll pound it with Lynch, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And the Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for Dallas, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.